Creating a scientist circle is one of the most intimidating things of picking up the Open SciEd curriculum. In fact, that was one of the things I think I put off to do a little bit later on to try it out. My room is not really conducive to having a perfect circle. There's not a lot of room in this room, and I have a lot of students in the room. And so taking that leap and that step to do a scientist circle was intimidating for me. So the first thing we did was we got in a circle with the kids. It took time and it took practice. And then we went back to our seats. And then we got in the circle again and we went back to our seats. We kind of tried it out. And the kids were kind of having a good time with that. They were thinking, oh, this is kind of fun. You know, we're just getting up, sitting down. And then we had that real thing. We had a scientist circle and we had to look at each other and we had to talk to one another. And I saw that they were a little bit intimidated with one another. They were kind of uncomfortable that they could see all of their classmates. And so we practiced that a little bit, and we talked about our norms a little bit. We added to our norms, and then each time it got a little bit easier. And after a little while, I found that that's where my magic in the classroom would happen. I found that when I asked pointed questions, they may turn and talk a little bit, but they shared very openly. They were listening to their peers, and then we said, wait a minute, I want to add on to that. And we had a lot more depth in our conversation than if we had just stayed in our rows or stayed in our lab tables. It was really an exciting time to realize, oh, it was worth it. Sometimes what we do is I allow the kids to even maybe sit on a desk. The only thing that I have them do is make sure they're not in front of somebody or blocking somebody. You have to be able to see all of your classmates. And as soon as you do that, they kind of figure it out, they maneuver it, and sometimes they've changed it a little bit because they like it a certain way. But I'm very pleased with what that brings to the depth of the classroom and the Open SciEd experience.
Okay, at this point, everybody should have a question written down. Another one? All right, we're going to transition to our scientist circle and put our driving question board together. Before you go, we're going to do it a little differently. I want a smaller circle because I'm going to have you sitting instead of us coming up to the front. So can we have the circle kind of go no further than around here? Or maybe I think you guys are a bigger class. I'm going to have you from here, nobody behind this area. You have to go. No, because you wouldn't be able to see the people in front of you. People will be in front of you. So get your stools and come on around and just make a smaller circle. Make sure I can see everybody. I have chairs up here. I do have chairs up here. Right here. Come on up here. There's some up here, guys. Yeah. No, come on up. Make a circle. Yes. Right up here.
No, Dame was 13.
Yeah. Millie, can you bring a chair up into here, please?
So she's third. That means,
Let's see. Can I have that one chair and you can grab another one because I want to give one to Brianna? Millie, come on up. Come on up, Mackenzie.
Kevin Durham was injured. Kel Bridges.
Right over here in front of our orangutan is fine. Do you have your question with you?
Jalen Brown.
You can make one right there. There you go.
Yeah, he was the forward with Jalen Brown.
It's right in there. Open it up. Everything's in there.
Jokic.
Okay, so. Okay. Come on up, Owen.
John Branson.
And up, Mackenzie. All right, so we're going to put this driving question board together. And as we do this today, the one thing I want you to do is when you give me your question, if you have a question that's similar to that person's, raise your hand, and that person will call on you. But I want you to make sure you tell me why that question relates to the question that was just stated. Everybody get that? Yeah, anything that you're wondering about, you can do that. Anything that you're wondering about. So, who would like to begin?
I'll go.
You'll go? Okay, Lucas.
Can I read my question off?
Read your question nice and loud so everybody can hear it.
Could orangutans live in other environments? Like here?
So, can we just bring them home
Yeah.
and have them live here?
Yeah, I
in the
think they could.
So, could orangutans live in other environments? If somebody has a similar question to Lucas's, please raise your hand. And Lucas, would you call on somebody?
You.
Could we help orangutans by providing spaces for them to live?
Can we help orangutans by providing spaces for them to live. How does that relate to what he said?
Because it's like us giving us like their spaces, like changing their area.
Changing their area? Okay, good. So these are about orangutans we're talking about, right? All right, let's leave this over here for us. So pick somebody else. We'll move it to there.
Alan.
I wonder why they don't find any other stuff to eat.
Oh, yeah, why aren't they finding, who's the they? Is it an orangutan?
Yeah,
Is it
the
a tiger?
The orangutan.
The orangutan, okay. They need to not be so picky.
Yeah.
Okay. Choose someone.
Sure.
Is palm oil the only tree/plant affecting animals?
Oh, palm oil, the only thing affecting animals? Okay.
Yeah, like tree/plant.
Tree/plant. So you think some other things might be affecting them? So do you want to put this with,
Like in
you want to talk about the rats, pigs, and mice? Is that
yeah,
kind
kind
of
of
what
like
you're
that
thinking?
because kind of like that. I feel like it's probably because it's an invasive species.
Oh, you think that maybe the oil palm tree is an invasive species?
Yeah.
We didn't put that on our related phenomena. Remind me, I'll put that on there. Write that down in your book so I can remember. That's pigs and snakes, you said, right?
Yeah.
And why are they going up? Call somebody else, Trey.
What other organisms are?
Okay, wait. Let me go here, and then we'll go to you in a minute. Okay.
What other organisms are affected by palm oil?
Oh, that's good. So do you want to put that here too? Or do you want it up with the tigers? Or where do you want me to put that? And what?
Tigers.
Do tigers? Okay. Choose someone else.
Wait. Where are they putting the trees they cut down?
Oh, we didn't talk about that at all, did we?
What?
She just said they cut down all those trees to make those oil palm farms, and she wants to know where they're putting all those trees.
My answer that question.
You have an answer? You have evidence? Go ahead.
Well, I have an idea. They probably making me like this.
Probably. So what are they using the wood chips for? For
I
parks?
don't know, but one time I saw my neighbor, and like he cut down 2 trees. He had a guy come and they put the tree in the thing and made wood chip.
Okay.
Wood chipper.
So is this kind of like a new category, maybe like a rainforest category or something, or does it go with the humans?
I would put it with humans.
Put it with the humans? Okay.
Yeah, because
All right. Grace, pick somebody.
Are humans the cause for the decrease in orangutans or animals in general?
Are humans the cause for the decrease in those orangutans or other animals in general? Well, we got a lot of blaming of the humans here. Go ahead, Adeline. Choose someone.
Could humans drive all the animals we don't need for farms to extinction?
Can humans drive all the animals we don't need for farms to extinction? Oh my. How's that related there?
Because she said that are humans the cause of the decrease in orangutans? So like, if they are, could that also be that we could potentially lead to the extinction of all the other animals?
Very good. Yeah, I see that. Oops, another human. Will you please call in someone else for me? Owen.
Mine is every like the food to make the palm oil 1/25th of a ton? Because in the thing you read, it said it takes 25 to make a ton.
So you have to have a lot of land. So this is, yes, of course. This is a amount of land that it uses. Does anybody have a question that relates to the amount of land that making an oil palm tree farm needs? Owen, will you pick on somebody else? Raise your hands.
Can some animals survive on palm oil?
Do animals eat the palm oil stuff? Okay. So would I put with, where do you want me to put it? I'm not sure. This is a kind of a in-between one, right? We're talking about the palm oil, but we're talking about animals. Okay, I'll put it here, and we'll see if that answers it there when we get to it. Go ahead, Colin, something.
How is palm oil harvested from the oil palm tree?
How is palm oil harvested from the oil palm tree? We have no idea that yet. That goes right there with that maple syrup one.
About that. Maybe it's like the you know how like they stuff the thing in the tree for maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they stuff something in a tree for palm oil.
But isn't
Okay.
palm oil made from like a kernel or something?
Um,
like the oil palm from?
So Caitlin thinks that the palm oil might be made from the oil palm fruit. And you think it might come from tapping the
I
tree.
think it might come from a tree and the fruit.
Now, we don't know that yet, do we?
Or maybe
That
it
is a question.
forms into like the fruit.
It forms into it?
Like the tree grows, and then like you know how like fruits grow from trees.
And fruits grow from the trees.
So then it's like what if like the palm oil's like inside the fruit?
So maybe the palm oil's inside the fruit?
Yeah.
Do you want to write that down? Is the palm oil inside the fruit? I think there's one right here, right next to Nazai. You want to give her one of those? We're going to do some rapid fire because of time. So let's get all of these down.
In a science circle, the students sit and they can all see one another, and as they're communicating with one another, their ideas are being expressed. What I have found is an aha moment in those where a student is actually now really seeing where it's coming from, and you'll have a student that will suddenly go, oh, I get it, and then the hand goes flying up and they want to participate. Those kind of moments don't generally happen when you're just sitting in rows in a classroom. Those kind of moments get seen and get heard, and all voices can be heard when you're doing it that way. It's just been a lot of fun.